How's it going, guys? Welcome back. So I have the lovely Jaime joining me today.
Hello there.
How you doing today, Jaime?
I'm doing very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. So I was thinking this week we'd have a bit more of a chill time, a bit more of a chill talk, sort of just a simple subject, nothing too strenuous. And I thought we'd just have a chat about our favourite games.
Cool.
Across different consoles, you know? I thought it would be a good one. So just a quick disclaimer for anyone out there. If we don't mention a console, something like the NES or the SNES, or anything, it's because we didn't own the game console, and we haven't really played any of the games, so we can't really make a fair judgment on them. So
Yeah.
that would be why we don't mention certain consoles. So I'm going to start off in the very beginning with the Sega Mega Drive. Let's start with the Sega Mega Drive, because I know you had one when you were younger as well, didn't you?
I did.
You did. So what was your favourite game?
See, I don't remember playing a lot of games on it, but I distinctly remember Sonic. So I definitely have to go with Sonic.
Yeah, do you distinctly remember any particular Sonic that you played?
No, just Sonic in general.
Sonic in general, nice. And was there anything in particular you really enjoyed about Sonic?
It's just a simple, fun game, really. Like, you don't really have to focus too much. You can just have fun with it. And I like Sonic as a character. Is this you?
This is me. I'm watching your back.
Thank you.
Come here. Let me just finish this off. It's because I could hear the heartbeats.
Did you do the generator upstairs?
I did indeed. He's outside.
I'm scared.
Yeah, so I mean, Sonic was a great game. I remember having great fun on Sonic. Shameless plug, obviously. I've been recently doing Sonic 2 on the channel. Shameless plug is shameless. So I can understand the enjoyment of Sonic. It is a great game. I found recently it's been a bit of a rage game for me. Maybe that's just because I suck now. Like I used to think I was pretty good, used to be able to beat it, and now I just seem to struggle with it. But I think that's something that's happened with a lot of the old games. I think my favourite Sega Mega Drive game I'd probably have to say Golden Axe.
I don't think I ever played that.
Well, it was originally an arcade game released in 1989, and then it was ported to the Mega Drive and a bunch of other consoles in 1989 and 1990. It was 1990 in the EU. And basically, it was a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You picked three characters, one of three characters. You side-scrolled, you had magic, and you beat them up. Enemies. It was very simple, and it was very bloody difficult, to be honest with you. It was not an easy game. I struggled with it, but I really enjoyed it. I remember always making my brother play it. If anyone wants to know a little bit more about that game, you can find me and my brother talking about it on the Sega Mega Drive Genesis Let's Talk episodes. But yeah, so that was probably my favourite one on the Mega Drive.
I don't really know what to do here.
Meaning?
They're now both in the basement and I'm trapped. So I'm probably going to join them.
Oh dear.
I may have messed up a little bit there. Hi guys! Hi everyone! How's everyone doing?
Nice try. There's a trap in the middle of the stairs on the way up.
Okay.
I gotta grab this lady first. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you know, you take my points. Don't.
You got her?
I gotta run, just run.
I am running.
So the next one I was thinking of talking about is, he's on me. I got his attention. Was the PlayStation, the good old trusty PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend from back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, loved that console. So, what would you say yours was?
Again, I very much remember playing Spyro a lot. I have no idea what one.
Spyro was a great game. I think that was the first PlayStation game I ever owned.
Yeah, see, it was the first one I ever owned too.
Because I always remember playing the PlayStation at my uncle and aunt's before we had one. And always playing Spyro. And then, yeah, when we got one, I got bought a Spyro. It was amazing. But it was a good game. It was a very good game. Anything in particular you really enjoyed about it?
I've got to say, I enjoy playing games where you play as, like, not a human kind of thing.
Yeah?
So obviously in Spyro, you're obviously Spyro the Dragon. Which I like. I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. It's just a shame sort of how Spyro ended up, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
He kind of went a bit rubbish. Like, the first two games, I think, were really good. The third one was okay. Wasn't anything special. But was pretty decent. And then after that, it kind of fell apart, I feel. Unfortunately.
Oh.
Which is a shame. And then he, at some point, became part of that Skylanders thing. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He became a part of that. But there's rumours, people are sort of saying that there's rumours that he's going to be remade, remastered, like the original games. Because, you know, they did it with Crash.
Yeah.
People are saying that they're going to do it with Spyro as well. Which will be cool if they do. My favourite for the PlayStation is, without a doubt, Final Fantasy VII.
Cool.
Absolutely love
Why
that
is
game.
that your favourite?
I'd say it's my favourite because it was the first game, and I think I may have said this before on something, was the first game where I actually sort of was brought into the world of big storylines and character development and things like that.
Yeah.
Where, like, it was the first game to show me that it's not just about you play as a dragon or a bandicoot or something like that and just go through the levels, do you know what I mean? There was a massive overarching story, great character development through all of it. Someone dies, spoiler, main character dies, super sad. Yeah, it was so sad. When you're a kid, that just shakes you because you don't see that stuff before. So that was why it really opened up gaming for me. I would say, and I loved it. I love it still to this day. And I'm very looking forward to the remake that they're doing. Remake, remaster, whatever they're calling it. So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. So let's move on to the. Let's go into Nintendo a little bit here. What about the Game Boy? Now, before we go into it, what Game Boy did you own? Did you own the Color, the Normal, the Advance, all three?
I had the Game Boy Color. Or did I? Oh yeah, I think I had the Game Boy Color and then eventually got the Game Boy Advance.
Nice. And did you have a favourite game for each of those consoles, or did you have like a favourite game across the two consoles, or?
The only game I remember playing on the Game Boy Color was Pokemon Red, which was just great anyway, because it was obviously like the first Pokemon game I played.
Yeah.
And then Game Boy in general would just be Pokemon games. I feel like that's just like one of the best games you can get on it. That's the whole reason I had a Game Boy.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, and I would agree. Like that was the main reason I got a Game Boy and that was the first game I got was Pokemon. I think on the Game Boy Color, my favorite was Pokemon Gold.
See, I never played them once.
Yeah, see, that was the first one I got, and I absolutely loved it. I won't go into too much of it, but there was just so much of it that I loved. There was just 2 regions, 16 badges. You could fight the original character from the first game at the end, and just so much to it that I loved.
Cool.
And then for the Game Boy Advance, I'd probably say Pokemon Fire Red was my favourite.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason being is because Pokemon Red was a great game, but Fire Red just really kind of... It was a remake. It vamped up. It looked crisp. It looked clean. It added a little extra to it so that it was a longer game.
Yeah.
So it was just a really nice looking game, and that came out in 2004. Fire Red did, and I remember getting that, and yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that one. So let's continue with Nintendo a little bit. So I've got written down here Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS separately because I had a favourite game for each of them. But did you have a favourite game? Because you didn't own a Nintendo DS regular, did you?
I had a DS Lite. That was the first one I got.
Oh yeah, so you did have a DS.
Yeah.
Oh right, I thought you went straight onto the 3DS for some reason.
No.
And did you have a favourite game for the DS?
I don't think I did. Like, I got it and I was fairly young at the time, so I had like Nintendogs and stuff like that. Whereas now with the 3DS, I have more like the Pokemon games and stuff like that, which is still just as great as on the Game Boy. So I'd probably still say Pokemon in general.
Yeah. Did you have any particular favourite Pokemon game for the 3DS?
Pokemon X, I think, is my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I like the legendary Pokemon the most, really.
Nice. That's fair enough. I can understand that. They were pretty cool.
They were.
I would have to say because I've got 2 separate ones. For the DS, I've got Final Fantasy IV actually, which was originally on the SNES in 1991, but I never played that. And then they did a 3D remake for the Nintendo DS, and it even had voice acting in it.
Cool.
Which was really awesome. And I remember getting it before it came out in England. I got it when I was in America before it was released in England, because I remember the DS's and the Game Boys used to be weren't regional. They were all region compatible, which was great. So I remember getting that and I loved it. I thought it was a great game. Loved the storyline, loved the characters, and I played it so long. And then for the 3DS, I would have to go back to a Pokemon game, and I just realised I'm playing as Bill. Whoops. And I'd have to go with Omega Ruby, actually.
Oh, cool.
For the 3DS.
Why Omega Ruby?
I thought it was a really... Once again, it's kind of like with Fire Red, because I really enjoyed Ruby and Sapphire, and then when they did Omega Ruby, there was just so much added to it, which I thought was really awesome.
Yeah.
You had... And it's just the little things, you had... When you were catching Pokemon, when you were walking around, it would tell you how many Pokemon in the area you had caught.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
So you could keep up to date really nicely. Yeah. It looked really clean, you know. It was a really clean looking game. And yeah, I just really enjoyed playing it. I thought it was a really fun game. I spent hours on it. I got a really awesome team on it. And yeah, just had hours of fun on that one. Oh, hello. How's it going?
Are you here? Oh.
Yeah, I'm on this generator here. Hi! No, you can't hit me. Badness!
You're meant to heal people.
Ah, She's coming back. She's coming back. So yeah, really had a good time on that one.
Yeah.
So
It was a good game.
What about the PlayStation 2?
I have said this before in one of your videos, but Kingdom Hearts 2 was like probably one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. And what did
Because
you...
it brought in like all Disney characters. Like I'm a big Disney fan, I love Disney movies, and getting to play, you know, with like Donald and Goofy following you around, and you get to go and visit Ariel and stuff like that. That's just...
So what made you prefer it to the first one?
In the first one, you just play as your character and you travel to different worlds and stuff. Whereas in the second one, when you travel to different worlds, your character changes to fit that world. So when you go and visit Ariel, she can see you. You become like a merman kind of thing. When you go to Simba's world, you become like a lion cub.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like I said before, I like playing as a creature, as an animal instead of human. So getting to change for every world you travel to, it's just really fun.
That's fair enough. I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think that's a very fair point. So I'm playing really badly at the moment.
I think we all are. We haven't got one generator on.
I'm just kind of not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I think is my big problem.
Yeah.
My favourite PS2 game is probably Time Splitters 2.
Ooh.
Now this is going back to 2002, this game. And it was very similar, the way you played was very similar to N64's GoldenEye.
Alright.
Which was a very good game. I'm sure everyone who's ever played it will attest to that. And it was just really good. But the thing I think that made it like my favourite PS2 game was I have very fond memories of me and more than one friend. Like quite often when I would go around friends' house, we'd play Time Splitters 2.
Yeah.
Like, it had a co-op campaign and everything. You could also fight each other. You could create maps. And I just remember playing it with a lot of different mates and just it being an absolutely great game. Absolutely loved it. It was just a really good, fun time. Great game to play with friends. Couldn't complain on that one, definitely.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So the thing that made it stand out in your mind as your favourite was the thing that you could play with your friends. That was like the main selling point.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
That is fair enough.
PlayStation 3?
I do not have a PlayStation 3.
No.
And I have never played on one.
That is fair enough. I did have a PS3. I can't believe we haven't got a single generator up.
I can't believe that person died.
Disconnected.
They
just gave up.
That would be why.
Right, I'm going to try and get a generator. Here we go. Yeah, PlayStation 3. I'd have to say Assassin's Creed 2.
Ooh.
Main reason was because I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1. But there were a lot of flaws with it. And then when Assassin's Creed 2 rolled around, it was bigger, there was more to it, the character was more likeable, for one thing. And once again, it was just a really fun game. Like, there was so much to it, loads of different places to go, loads of people to kill in different ways. They had lots of different weapons you could buy, and things like that. And it was just an awesome game.
Yeah.
I remember spending hours on that. Like, I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise. I've not played the last 2 or 3, unfortunately. I'm a bit behind. which is a shame. But I do really enjoy it. I do need to catch up on it, but I do really enjoy it. And so I'd say that was probably my favourite. It was very close between that and Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
Like, Assassin's Creed 4 was great. So it was a close one. I should not have risked it for a chocolate biscuit. Damn it. That was my own fault there. But yeah, I would say Assassin's Creed 2. Definitely. So, here's a console that I know you do own, that I don't. The Nintendo Wii.
Oh, yeah. Favorite Wii game? See, I bought the Wii, and then actually figured out that it's not that good. I don't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah?
It's good for, like, you know, your Just Dance, your silly games that you get out on Christmas and stuff, and you mess around with the family. But apart from that, the only kind of actual game that I played on it was Sims 2 Castaway, or Sims Castaway.
Alright.
That was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. But I feel like I would have probably enjoyed it more had I had it on another console.
That is also fair enough.
Yeah.
I can understand that. See, I never owned
going
one.
Down here.
I never owned one personally, but I always remember playing it around my mate Elliot's.
Yeah.
And we played a few games, like there's obviously the silly ones, Mario Kart and things, but my favourite would probably have to be Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Cool.
Mainly for the same reason of Time Splitters, actually.
Yeah.
It was I remember having really good times just playing with mates for ages.
Yeah, see, I think that's what the Wii is best at, playing silly games with your friends, kind of thing.
Yeah. And yeah, I just remember playing it with mates a lot, and really enjoying it, which is why I probably picked that one, to be honest. So that's pretty much all the consoles that we've played, guys, unless I've missed one out, Jamie, that you've played that I haven't.
Did we do Xbox?
We did not do Xbox. How could I forget Xbox?
I know.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did you have a favourite for Xbox, Jamie?
I enjoyed Resident Evil 6. Was it that me and you played?
Yeah.
I did quite enjoy that.
Yeah, that's fair
But
enough.
apart from that, I haven't played too many games on the Xbox.
I think it's safe to say then that you're not the biggest Resident Evil fan.
Oh, no. I just enjoyed playing it. It was just What? How did you see? It was just a decent game kind of to play with you and stuff.
That's fair enough. I did enjoy that. I'd probably say my favourite was Gears of War 2, actually. I remember nailing through all the Gears of War. I nailed through them before I even got them myself. I remember me and Jack played through all of them. My mate Jack, we nailed through every single one of them. And then I remember when I first got my Xbox, I got all 3 of them and played them all again on my own. And yeah, Gears of War 2 was probably my favourite because I spent most time on that. Me and my mate Jack spent a hell of a lot of time on that. Is she camping you?
She's on top of the shack at the moment.
Didn't even know she could do that.
No, I didn't. I think she might see you.
Yes, she does. See if you can find the thing. Where you go? Where you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Damn it. That's me dead, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'd say that's probably my favourite on the Xbox. It was technically Xbox 360, but I never owned an Xbox, the original one. Never owned one of those. But yeah, so I mean, those are our favourite game, guys. For those of you out there. As I said at the start, it's just a chilled one today. Just thought we'd have a chat about our favourite games. Because I was interested more than anything. I suppose to round it off, would you be able to say you've got a favourite PC game, Jamie?
Sims.
Sims?
Oh my god, I see the trapdoor.
Oh my goodness, go for it, Jamie.
Oh. Oh.
I can understand that. You are an avid Sims player.
I am indeed. Cool. Yes.
Nicely done. No way. Fair play. No, that's understandable. I don't think I have a favourite for the PC.
No?
No, I mean, there's so many games I enjoy playing. One of my favourites was Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely up there. Why report her? Why report the Claudette? I can't be bothered. It's too much effort.
Because they disconnected?
Yeah, I know, but you know, they may have disconnected because they were rubbish, but they may have disconnected because of bad connection.
Maybe.
I'm not going to go into the argument with them. So I really don't want to report them. I didn't see how she disconnected. She's denying me points. He's taken this too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think I could pick a favourite PC game. I've played a lot of Dark Souls and things and all sorts. So, yeah. I don't think I could pick one. But hey ho. Hey ho. Well, that's probably where I'm going to call it today, guys. As I said before, there wasn't a major particular subject today. I just fancied having a chat, just chatting about favourite games, something simple, nothing special, just a bit of playtime of Dead by Daylight. But thank you for anyone joining us today. I hope you've now got a bit more insight on our favourite games, and if there happens to be any you haven't played, go check them out. I would definitely recommend it. They are great. They are great games. I'd like to say thank you to Jamie for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. And yeah, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Helps us out a lot. And if you ring that little notification bell, you'll know exactly when our episodes are being uploaded. And I'm sure you want that. Everyone wants that. You want to know. You have to know.
You want it.
Yeah, so thank you very much again, guys. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Take it easy.